But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Nice. So, like I said, since there's no specific way to play the scene, like there's no standard rule set or anything like that, glitches and stuff are allowed. What I'm going to try to do with this scene... Ooh, nice mirror shield already. What I'm going to try to do with this scene is play it more or less like a standard scene, but incorporate some glitches that I know as well. Those are two really nice finds early on. And one of the first tricks coming up is going to be Mito Skip. Yo, Jason, how's it going? Glad you can make it. I also got some nice music here. Diving Experiment is rewarded with Deku Seeds. Okay. So, that hint is for the Lake Hylia Lab Dive. And we know that is a junk item. I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to stay out of the heat because there's a terrible heat wave right now. Alright, so Mito Skip. Let's see if I can get this the first try. Got it. Nice. Something you need to learn is Mito Skip. It's quite a bit easier if you have a hook shot or a bow. You can do it without. The major difference is that you have to use C up to augment your backflip trajectory. But the idea is that you augment your backflip trajectory so that you jump a little bit higher, and it lets you jump over Mito. 98 degrees there? That's insane. I think tomorrow the heat index is supposed to get to 107 degrees here. Garrido Training Ground has a strength upgrade. Alright, let's go ahead and write that down. Strength. And Bigrin is dead too. That's a good one to know early on so you can avoid having to go all the way up to Death Mountain Trail with just a claim check. Do you ever do restream? Killed it the other day and I was so confused. Yeah, I do it every once in a while. Like if I'm participating in races. So basically what a restream is say you're part of an event that's like showcasing a game or showcasing a race. Okay, so Strength 3 chest is dead. Make sure that red ruby isn't fake, right? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and work to the Temple of Time to find out what my dungeons are. But we're going to go do Adult Kakariko as well. But yeah, what a restream is like, say you're participating in a race and you get selected to be restreamed. What they do is they take your Twitch footage, for specifically your gameplay, and they restream it on a different stream, like a main event stream. So, in Kill's case, her stream and I think Shadowon's stream were restreamed to a larger community so that other people could watch them in like real time and see where they were at. The one of the downsides to restream is typically they want clean audio or no audio at all. So in Kill's case, I think what she ended up doing was just like muting the stream for the most part. I know some people also decide to just play with just the game audio and no mic or anything like that. It's just down to personal preference. Okay. Let's go find some more hints real quick. Big pose leads to bombs. Okay, so pose check is dead. Plundering the fire temple is a foolish choice. That's a big one. Hookshot can be found in Zora River. That's another big one. We might actually be able to get that as an adult. Beyond the river and water temple lies bombs, so water temple river check is dead. And that specific check requires Song of Time, which is a good thing that we don't have to go grab it. We also start with Matt's rubies in this setting, so like say you're the type of person that wants to go buy a shield immediately from a shop, you're able to do that immediately. And since I wasn't in her Discord, I didn't know what was going on. It was sad, but it's okay. Hopefully next time I know what to do whenever someone restreams. Yeah, I know, like, whenever some people restream, they'll still allow people to, like, chat, but they might turn off some of their chat widgets so that the idea is essentially, like, the footage that you see on my screen with the gameplay, that there's, like, nothing in the way of it. And people would typically turn, like, ad streams and stuff like that off as well. I hear my cat going, like, yelling like crazy in the background. I don't know why she's doing that. I think she's just trying to get attention. Whoa, I nearly got knocked off. Speaking of money... Yeah, she sounds upset. Alright, so with chest size matches contents, the small chest is junk. Deep in the Wasteland is Rudo's letter. We might get that. Depending on if we find a boomerang fast, we might run over to Wasteland and grab that. Because like I said, the idea is to only beat 4 dungeons. Find bow, find magic, and then you're good to go fight Ganon. Oh, excuse me. Go give her some cuddles? I wish I could. Unfortunately, she is the type of cat that will yell, will make noises for attention, and then as soon as you try to give her attention, she'll run away. She's a butthole sometimes. Really interested to see if we do the same dungeons. Yeah, that would be nice to see in the discussion, too. Because of the 5 dungeon rewards for Ganon's Castle, I feel like there's going to be some seeds where people have quite flexible routing. 2 of the dungeons I see people doing a lot will be Deku Tree and Dodongo's Cavern, because those usually have the least amount of requirements in order to go beat them. Okay. Oh, that's a small chest too. Can't talk in discussion for some reason. Every message says failed to send. Oh, interesting. After this seed is over, I will see if I can find out what's going on there. I might have messed up with like a roll or something. Actually, let me check that real quick. Well, that's not what I want to do. Bunny hood week. Where's your bunny hood? I mean, I don't have a bunny hood physically, but this is bunny hood settings. Oh, speaking of which, I get to show off the bunny hood as a child. Oh, now the cat's running all over the place. She's got the zoomies, most likely. Whoa, that was close. Yeah, I hear her playing with the cabinet in the back. Probably need to fit something with your Discord. Well, I know you're in the seed completed row. Wow, Dampy just had nothing. No, you need it physically. It would be so precious. I mean, I don't have one, though. I guess at some point I could probably get one. Alright, so... nothing so far here. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is just... go back to child. Get this man a bunny hoods. let me see if I can figure that out for you. Yeah, it says you got the seed completed row, which should give you access to that, that chat in Discord. I don't know why I never set these to stones. Neophytus saw lots of things. Had your retro art. Yo, Jason, thank you for the $20. Thanks for being so patient and explaining things to me. You're the best. Hey, no problem. I'm more than happy to help people out with learning this stuff. Alright, so another nice feature about the bunny hood seeds. Couldn't have a bunny hood seed without using the bunny hood right off the bat. And for those of you who have played Majora's Mask, you get to run with the bunny hood. Yeah, it fits a lot of things. Had my retro art crash on me twice while running the seed. Oh, that's not good. Oh, by the way, I did find out a small little fix for my Discord lag issue. What I had to do was toggle off hardware acceleration, which I figure would have made my Discord faster, but it was making it lag. Kokiri Forest is on the way of the hero. Okay. So, what we found in Kokiri Forest was strength and mirror shield. And so far we haven't found anything else there, but that strength is quite important. As a matter of fact, I probably could have gone straight to Dodongo's Cavern and started doing that. But I'll wait and see if I find a bomb bag here soon, or maybe bomb shoes. Because that'll make Dodongo's Cavern go by a little bit faster. First try, baby. Zoomy hood. Oh, hey, there's a hook shot, which means the hook shot that's in Zora's River is a long shot. Hardware acceleration is awful. Yeah, I think I learned that the hard way. It doesn't lag, my Discord doesn't lag nearly as much now. So usually one of the first things I'll do with this seed, with any standard seed in general, is I'll try to go for songs first, and any way of the hero locations, since those give you some progression towards dungeons. And then once I have like all the things I need for a dungeon, or most of the things I need for a dungeon, I'll just make a beeline for that. VSync is just as bad as a trap. I need to check my Discord settings and see if I got VSync on. We got some nice links to the past music as well. One thing to be careful about with the bunny hood is, depending on who you're talking to, the dialogue changes with the masks. And sometimes, like trying to go get a check, you'll accidentally not start the correct text, so like the event won't pop up or the check won't pop up. Case in point, if you talk to Malon with the bunny hood mask on, he just comments about the mask and you gotta talk to him again. So usually the best thing you can do is just make sure to take the mask off before you talk to anybody. I grab a skull here. I'm so confused whenever I play this seed because I never played with songs on songs. It's a setting that takes a little bit of time to get used to, but the idea is that you just basically want to make a beeline for your songs, like as soon as you get the chance. A lot of standard settings will play with that on. Now obviously, like in casual settings, you'll see a lot of times where people just do Shop Sandy, or they shuffle songs at the end of dungeon rewards. That's all well and good too. I like me a nice Shop Sandy seed every once in a while. VSync is graphics setting for games. Won't let the screen refresh faster in your monitor, but it causes problems with the majority of computers. Ooh. I guess it's got something to do with like game throttling. Actually, let's find out where child save warp is before I use minuet. Are scrubs on for this one? No, scrub sanity is turned off for this seed. Now, early on, whenever I was like playtesting the seed settings, I did have shop sanity. Wait, is this Kakariko? It is Kakariko. Okay, that's not a bad start. So with this, what we can do is immediately go talk to the chicken lady and get a song from her, or not a song, but a check. But yeah, early on, I experimented with shop sanity, but affordable shop sanity. So you would go into a shop, and some of the items would be randomized, but they would only be 10 rubies. Ooh. I got the burps today. So does scrub sanity specifically mean scrubs have a chance to have items? Yeah. So basically what scrub sanity does is all the item refills or upgrades or unique items that scrubs would have in the vanilla game get shuffled into the rest of the item pool. So for example, they would get shuffled into the same item pool as treasure chests or freestanding cart pieces, things of that nature. Actually, I don't know why I ran through this way. Probably would have been faster to do it the other way. Seeing as I don't have bombs yet. But we can go ahead and get this check real quick. So 10 ruby scrub, is that called affordable scrub sanity? Yes. So basically, with shop sanity and scrub sanity, you have an affordable setting which always makes it 10 rubies because there's so many of those checks. But there are other settings for it too. Like for example, scrub sanity also has random prices, which causes the seed to expect you to have an insane amount of money. A lot of it becomes just a farm fest for rubies. Because the price could be anywhere from 1 ruby to 99. There's our magic. Alright, that's one less thing that we need to find for Ganon. Let's see, the next thing that we need to do while we're here. Let's check the business scrub back here. They sell a mysterious item for a price. Yeah, there are a couple of scrubs in the vanilla randomizer without shop sanity, like this one for example, that will sell a mysterious item no matter what. So in this case it'll be 40 rubies, and it was double defense. That's not bad. Central Pillar Water Temple has hover boots. Oh my. So hovers, pillar, water temple. Ooh, that's nasty. So that scrub, and there's a scrub in the back of the Lost Woods underneath a bombable grotto that does the same thing, and then there's another scrub in Hyrule Fields as you're going towards Lake Hylia that has a mysterious item. And those 3 scrubs are the only ones you have to worry about outside of Scrub Sanity. Yep. He still counts, unfortunately. The reason being is in the vanilla game, those 3 scrubs will give you either a heart piece or they will give you a Deku Stick or Deku Nut upgrade. We got Strength 2 already. That is actually pretty good. We find a couple more things, we might just go beat Spirit Temple. Getting this slowly but surely. Yeah, like, because there's so much variety in Ocarina of Time Randomizer, there's gonna be a lot of like situations and checks and settings for that matter that take a little bit of time to get used to. Still would have done Ganon 6 times regardless. I am going to check the hints back here behind the Deku tree since we're still kind of early in the season. I still want to gather a little bit more information. Graveyard's on the way of the hero, but we didn't find anything just yet in the graveyard. Yeah, I'm loving this music, by the way. Frap Snowlands. Sherbet Land. Hell yeah. Alright, so I need to put that down in my notepads. That graveyard is way the hero. That means we need to go back and check it at some point. Kokiri Forest is on the way of the hero, but we already know that. Oh, I didn't roll, so I didn't get the jump. Alright, so first dungeon, Deku Tree. Bunny Hood makes this quite a bit faster. I'd say the dungeon that gets made the fastest, though, is probably Jabu with the Bunny Hood. Also, if you know how to do a equip swap, you should be able to, like, go get the Bunny Hood as a child, and then use equip swap to use it as an adult. I haven't tried it myself because I still need to learn equip swap. Yo, Icky, how's it going? I think some of my favorite scenes to watch include both affordable Scrub Sandy and regular Shop Sandy, but I dislike random dungeon entrances. Ooh. Out of the entrance shuffles, random dungeon entrances are probably my favorite. That and boss shuffle. But that's another reason why I like the Yeatly Seed so much, is because they have both affordable Scrub Sandy. They did have affordable Shop Sandy, but they recently just updated it to be between 1 and 200 rubies, so the wallet is a bit more important. Does Ocarina of Time Way of the Hero hints only point to one item in the location? Typically, yes, but it also depends on how many times that particular location gets hinted. So say, for example, you only find 1 or 2 Gossip Stones that hint to say Kokiri Forest is Way of the Hero. The seed is only going to point to one item there. But if you find 3 different Gossip Stones that have that same hint, the seed is going to point to at least 2 major items there. If you find 5 or more of those, then 5 or more of those Gossip Stones with the same hint, that means the seed has at least 3 major items there that are needed for the seed. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this. Just to get my stick count, or skull count up. Doing pretty good, just decided to replay the entire Dragon Age trilogy as a mage in prep for Dragon Age Dreadwolf. That's pretty cool. Are you planning to play as a mage in Dreadwolf as well? Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do flame storage here real quick. Since I don't have bombs, I need to do B1 to skip the normal way. And you know what? For shits and giggles, I'm going to use the shield flick technique. Let's see if this works. Yo, we in there. I think if you get the C up pretty fast, that will still be faster than the shield flick technique, but that's pretty consistent, honestly. I might use that whenever C up starts to fail me. Especially on emulators, C up can be very finicky. I usually play rogue, but my friend has been bugging me about playing a mage, so I decided to humor him. Oh, nice. I have no clue what or how you just did that, but that was cool. So, the basic idea of that trick is there's a small portion of that ledge with which Child Link can jump off of, the ledge that's underneath the water. And if you get the position and the angle just right, you can cause Link to jump off that ledge and grab the upper level of that floor. Normally, you have to have a slingshot and go all the way around the basement location of the Deku Tree, but that one trick there completely excludes the need for a slingshot in Deku Tree. stopped playing Dragon Age whenever Inquisition came out. I think the only one I played was Origins. I think it was the one on the PS3. Alright, so we got the Forest Medallion, which means we also get a song. Now, next thing we can do is probably go back to adult, because we got a hook shot that we can get in the river. We got a letter that we can find in the wasteland. Now, we can't get the hover boots. At least not yet, because we don't have iron boots or golden skull. At least in logic. At least you played the good one. I had fun with it. It reminded me a lot of Baldur's Gate. Ooh, Song of Storms. That's actually a pretty good song to have right now. But we're gonna go to Requiem real quick and get this song before I go do what I can of Dodongo's Cavern. But yeah, this is just following my route logic of just trying to get as many of my songs as early on as I can, just because they're so useful for utility. Goron City is on the way, the hero. Okay. So, there's a decent number of checks in Goron City as an adult. Same for child. But I will probably visit Goron City as an adult first. Sun Song. Okay. Let's see. Could I beat Spirit Temple in this seed, or with these seed settings, the way that I am? I think I can. I think I can, to be completely honest. So, let's give it a shot. I already have Mirror Shield, I already have Strength 2, I already have a Hook Shot. You don't necessarily need a bow, and because... Oh no, my buttons are not working. There we go. And because there's keysing in this, no locks, no small keys, you don't get locked out by any of those. So basically you're just looking for big chests. Oh, I missed. Let's try it again. There we go. Got that one. I'm not gonna worry about that Skulltula though, because the most Skulltulas I have to get in this seed at all is 20. Thankfully, my timer's still going. Wait, what am I doing? Camera messed up on me. Alright. I'm still gonna do a few checks that I can in here, because normally Spirit Temple has so many treasure chests and checks in it. There is a distinct possibility that we might find a progression item in here. Yeah, lately I've been having issues with the time split. Normally it works pretty smooth, but I think the last 3 or 4 times that I've streamed a randomizer, at least 2 of them, the timer just crashed at some point. Whenever I played the Majora's Mask randomizer, legit the timer crashed like 6 minutes in. So I was like, alright, we're playing this without any timer. Not like I needed to time myself anyways. But I just updated it, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays nice and happy for us. Alright, what's this chest over here? That doesn't look like a big one. Stream time is good enough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered by it too much because... Oh, wait, hold on a second. So, we won't be able to get over there because I don't have bombs. That's okay. We can still get up to Twin River. Yeah, normally it's not too big of a deal because I can just go back to my stream VOD and find out like when I started the seed, when I finished it, and just kind of time it from there. Yeah, with vanilla boss key and Keezy in your dungeons with Spirit Temple, it's just important that you have at least Song of Time. Or not Song of Time, Zelda Song, so you can get this boss key. Alright, so that's something new to try out. With these settings, all you need for Spirit Temple is Mirror Shield, Strength 2, a way to get to Spirit Temple, preferably Requiem, and Zelda's Lullaby. Ow. Okay. Whoa. Oh, the timer's only... Yeah, oh, wait. I won't be able to do this because I don't have Okay, you need a bomb bag, too. Or you need some sort of explosives. I didn't think that part through well. But, once I find a bomb bag, we can beat Spirit Temple. Oh yeah, timer's like, yeah, about 10 minutes off. That's not too bad. Spirit... Wow. Thanks, game. Now it tells me Spirit Temple's a foolish choice, which means we won't find anything in there that's important. We can still beat the seed, or we can still beat the dungeon once we get a bomb bag, and have that count as our dungeon reward. But we don't have to go back in there for any more chest dipping. Let's see, what song is this gonna be? Saria's song. Okay. So that probably would have gotten us into Forest Temple, I would imagine. Surprised you don't have shoes yet? I like to call you the king of shoes because every scene I watch you usually have shoes in the first 30 minutes of the scenes. That's fair. I mean, shoes are really nice to have, I just haven't found any yet. It's unfortunate. Alright, so Grave had Saria's. Potentially something else, not sure yet. But the game might be expecting me to beat Forest Temple. Yeah, it's looking increasingly likely that that'd be the case. Because the only checks we have left in the graveyard are the torches in the royal family tomb and Dampy's grave digging as a child. I think for the time being, I'm going to try to do as much as I can in the Dongo's Cavern. Usually the Dongo's Cavern is so early, so accessible early on in most scenes that there's usually a good chance that you find a important item back there. And with strength, we have access to most of the Dongo's Cavern. It'll just be a bit slow going because I gotta use these bomb flowers. Always feels like it has important stuff. It really does. Between it and Deku Tree, there's almost always a case where one of those two is going to have an important item. Even if it's not a required dungeon for the scene. There we go. Certain places are just usually stacked because of how few requirements it has. Exactly. Like, early adult Kakariko. Okay, so Dodongo's Cavern has a slingshot. We'll probably end up finding that here soon. Kokiri Forest is a child. Like, all of these locations are early on because you can just walk to them. More than likely, they're going to have, like, some sort of progression for the rest of the scene. Oh, wait, I can just peek this. Well, oh well. A hint for Dodongo's Cavern inside of Dodongo's Cavern. Yo, dog, I heard you like caverns. Alright. We'll drop that there. It's like Romani Ranch for Majora's Mask Rando. First cycle is always grab what you can while rushing day 3 to check it. I think I need to start doing that more often with Majora's Mask Randos. Is rush day 3 to check Romani Ranch. Yeah, it's not anything important back there. At least in All Sandy, probably not a good route for casual setting. Honestly, whenever I played my my last Majora's Mask Rando, I was bottlenecked behind like a way to get to the mountain village, and I ended up having fire arrows on the dog racing at Romani Ranch. Thankfully, I didn't have to do the range defense. Oh, I didn't get the swag strats. Okay, there's a big chest over there. It's likely that could be our slingshot. But the problem is that we won't be able to grab it until we have a bomb bag. So we have to get lucky here, and one of these chests here has a major item. And we didn't get lucky. Okay, that's fine. We can always come back and finish this up. I'll just hit this switch for now and probably go get that long shot. Because then that opens up Gerudo Training Grounds. But let me go to Goron City first. Because we do have strength. We can blow up the Goron named Link and start checking some stuff there. Why do you need fire arrows to get the mountain village? To blow up the snowballs. At least in logic. I think it was to blow up the snowballs that were blocking the way, because at the time I didn't have access to Goron Link or Bomb Bag. Alright, so let's go over here first. Because I can check everything in here with strength too. Yeah, and it turns out that particular setting had shop shuffled, most of the shops shuffled. My Goron mask was in the Goron shop. It was messed up. Oh, what's this? Hey, it's a bomb bag. Well, that's definitely needed for the scene. Well, now I can go finish. I can go finish Spirit Temple, and I can go finish the Dodongo's Cavern. That makes life a little bit easier for me. Honestly, we are a bow away from go mode. And we're not even 40 minutes into the scene. Ah, damn. I watched the VOD. You had important items in shops. Oh, yeah. If I remember correctly, I had a hook shot in the Zora shop. And my Zora mask, I want to say, was the Anjuin Cafe, or was on the Anjuin Cafe side quest, or had led in from it. I'm gonna go ahead and blow this up, just so I have that route available to me. You know what? Just to be on the safe side, because not like it's a race or anything. I'm gonna get the Goron tunic. That, and I like the color that I have the Goron tunic set to. You have lights already? When did you get those? You start with light arrows in this scene. And the idea behind that is so you don't end up in a situation called casino mode, which is Ocarina of Time randomizer speak for you've gotten all the items that you need to beat the game except for one item, but the game hasn't hinted where that item could potentially be, so you're stuck scouring the entire world to try to find that one item. Alright, so we found Vanilla Bolero of Fire. You know what? Let's go back and clear up Dodongo's Cavern. We'll just wrap around this way. Is it really nice learning scenes to be almost go mode so early? I mean, that's the idea behind it too, is that they're meant to be more beginner-friendly scenes so people can pick up Ocarina of Time randomizer without having to get stuck behind a situation like, oh no, I need 50 skulls for a major item to even get started with my seed, or I have to do 15,000 different things to go beat Shadow Temple. So I tried to take as many of the tedious things out. Obviously, it's impossible to do that with any randomizer seed because of the volatility of randomization. But I feel like this version is a decent start. Hey, it's a bomb floating in the air. Or like that one seed where you had to get all dungeons to get Sunsaw Great. Yeah. That was not a fun seed at the end. Yeah, basically I was trying to avoid situations like that. Okay, fire arrows. Unfortunately, we don't have a bow. Kokiri Forest is on the way to the hero. Alright, so for that example, like I was talking about earlier, now we have three separate gossip stones that have hinted towards Kokiri Forest being way of the hero. Which means I know there are 2 major items, and what we found was Strength and Mirror Shield. So now I know the seed wants me to beat Spirit Temple for this seed. Make that 4. Casino mode in Majora's Mask Rando is great. Totally didn't spend 3 hours looking for Oh my goodness. Yo, the worst version of Casino mode for me in Majora's Mask Rando is either trying to find Powder Keg or trying to find Mirror Shields. It's so bad. I'm like, all I want is the song in a castle. Alright, so seeing as we don't have bomb cheese, I can't do my little swag strat here, but we will do this. We'll just open them up the old-fashioned way. And we'll get this chest, which will probably be our slingshot. If I can open it instead of bonking into it. Yep, there's our slingshot. So that would have been our logical requirement to beat Deku Tree. And I think we're good on bombs, so I'm not going to worry about that pot. So, basically at this point, we're either looking for... Obviously, we need a bow to beat the game. If we find a bow, that's just it. We can go beat Forest Temple, and then between that and Spirit Temple, we'll have all the dungeon rewards we need. Additionally, we could also find a hammer and get Fire Temple beat, and then that's an extra dungeon where we don't have to do Forest. I don't think we're going to be doing Shadow Temple or Water Temple today, though. Probably not Jabu either. Goodbye to Dongo. There's a cool trick and insanely easy to pull off to smuggle Powder Keg out of Powder Keg Challenge. Not very useful for Ikana Castle, but great for early Epona Song. Ooh. I might have to learn that trick. If you throw the powder keg at Hungry Gordon and then warp away whenever you warp, it spawns you with the keg. Interesting. I'm definitely going to have to remember that. Also, we're at Elemental Arrow % now. Got everything we need. Okay. So, let's run down here and head down to Zora's River. Let me see how many skulls I'm at, too. 7? So I can also do Spirit Temple right now. I'm gonna wait real quick before I do that because I want to try to find the bow, and I know there's not gonna be anything in Spirit Temple itself. My thought process now is that I'm gonna go do Adult Zora's River because there's a good chance I can find the long shot there, which means there might be another major item there too. And then if I don't find anything else there besides long shot, I'm gonna go back to Child and do Bottom of the Well because we've had really early access with that. There's a good chance we'll find something important there too. It's legit that easy, nothing difficult about it. So do you have to like warp before the powder keg lands on the ground or something? Or is it literally just throw it up there and then you're good to go? Use it a lot for glitch logic if I don't have bombs or Fierce Deity. Oh right, Fierce Deity can just literally climb up the wall, can't he? Nope, just throw it up to him and warp away, no timing, just before it explodes. Wow. I'm gonna have to try that next time. Ooh, big chest. This is probably our long shot. Yep, that's our long shot. Dodongo's cavern hoards the ice arrows. Nice. You know what? Let's get some skulls here while we're at it. Alright, we got 8 tokens. Where are you? Wow, almost vanilla iron boots in Ice Cavern. So it's safe to say the seed is probably expecting me to get those iron boots before it ever expects me to get those silver boots. So I seriously doubt we're going to be doing any of Water Temple or Shadow Temple. Alright, Graveyard is on the way to the hero. So if you didn't know, if you throw a bomb or a powder keg up to him, he has dialogue about not being able to eat it, and for some reason that messes with the flag for Link holding the keg. I did not know that. He just says something like, oh, that's not rock sirloin. That's pretty cool. Another thing we can do is check Dampy grave digging too. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. I forgot to actually mark that I have bombs. One thing I love about MM, there's so much dialogue and world building. Yeah, there's so many different things I don't know about that game. And I've been playing it off and on for the last 20 years. Angie's aunt hates Crimea because she thinks Cafe eloped with her and that's why he's missing. Oh, that's messed up. Okay. I know there was like an argument that they have on day 3 in Romani Ranch whenever Anju and her aunt head up that way. I didn't know it was them, or based off of her thinking that Cafe eloped. Oh, I don't have money. That's a problem. Rip. Hey, you got money? Anyone got money? Normally there should be more rubies there than that. Maybe I should go grab one of those small chests inside of the grave. There's supposed to be a small chance for a blue ruby, but no dice. Crimea loves Cafe. Huh. Interesting. I honestly did not know that. Oh, there we go. There's a red ruby. It only took, I don't know, 3 tries. Okay, just a regular heart piece. That's okay. If you wear Cafe's mask and talk to Crimea, she says something about that evil woman sending you to spy on her or something. Oh, wow. That's pretty intense. Oh no, this song gets faster too. Yo, that is nightmare inducing. Also, I need to be using my bunny hood. Well, that's not meant to happen. And nice thing is, now that we have a bomb bag and we have Zelda's Lullaby, we can check everything in here. That's not what I wanted to do. Although I'm pretty sure this chest is not a big one. Seeing as didn't notice it when accidentally dropping down in there. Neither is that one. matters any of these. Okay. What about this one? Nope, not a big chest. Otherwise it would poke out from that texture. So far, no dice with bottom of the well. Let's try over here. Small chest. Small chest. Ow. Yeah, so far there just hasn't been anything here. Might have to take a dip in the Forest Temple. Oh, I got the I got the actor glitch again. Alright, there's nothing down here either. Yeah, this scene might legit want me to go do forest without a bow and just find one in there. We still got a couple of checks left in bottom of the well though, so that's no big deal. Oh, speaking of which. Oh, but it's a bottle. So why Majora's Mask is my favorite Zelda game. I love talking to every NPC with different flag set and wearing every mask while talking with them. It does have a lot of depth with interactions with NPCs. The only time Ocarina of Time kind of comes close to that is whenever you get the extra masks in the Happy Mask shop, and it kind of changes some of the dialogue up for people. Alright, guess we're gonna go fight Dead Hand real quick. See if there's anything back here. Where's her buddy at? Ow. There we go. Who wants chili dogs and tater tots? I'll take some. That sounds tasty. Wow, okay. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get our 10 skulls before I forget. You're making me hungry, right? Alright, so yeah, I guess we can dip Forest Temple and see what we get. We can check quite a bit of Forest Temple because of Keezy. Oh, wait, what am I doing? There we go. 10 tokens. Yeah, let me update this real quick. Seeds! Ow. That hurt. I do have a slingshot, but I'm not gonna worry about climbing up there. I am gonna go do Goron City real quick though, since that's also Way of the Hero. And we might find something up there. Need to play Majora's Mask Rando Seed together sometime. Would love to show off some of the more obscure things about the game. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. We could definitely get that together. I need to play Majora's Mask Rando more often anyways. I've neglected it for so long. Alright, so I do not need nuts. This will suffice. And now we wait for our best buddy. This is another example where you want to take the bunny hood off before you talk to him. Otherwise, he just says something weird and then starts rolling again, crushing you. Yeah, it does feel a bit more difficult to get into compared to Ocarina of Time, but I think it's just because of the 3-day cycle. Like once I feel like I have a good idea of routing that, I'll get addicted to Majora's Mask Rando. Alright, Darunia. Hot check. Do you got a bow? Nope, but you have bombs for my bomb bag. Three-day cycle, knowing what time checks are, knowing requirements, odd ways of getting checks, lots of odd ways of getting checks. Alright, let's see here. That should work. No, we're getting huge. Alright. So Goron City did not have anything else. I'll check Bombchu Bowling real quick. Actually, I can check Bombchu Bowling and the I can check Bombchu Bowling, I can check Richard, and I can check the treasure chest shop. All things I haven't done yet in the market. Come here, Richard. Last seed I played, I had to make up on the spot how to clear Ocean Spider House without hookshot, bow, fire arrows, and sword. That sounds like a lot of bomb hovers. Oh, there's my bomb juice. Funny. She must be getting bomb juice from the shop. Speaking of which, made some funky setups for the Skulltula and the hose you're supposed to use hookshot with Deku Bubbles and Zora Fins. Interesting. Why, they blew up in her face. Nice. No bomb hovers required other than to get over the gate. Oh. Alright, now we need that Lens of Truth. Ow. Could also make sense to check some of the stuff in Lost Woods as an adult now that we have bombs, because we did find magic there. We know it's not a barren location. Oh. Ah! Missing the door. I'm missing the chest. do we got? It's a small chest. That's not cool. Well, at least we got some money back. Alright. We're gonna take a gamble and dip into Forest Temple, since it looks like that's what the seeders want me to do. There's other places that we can go to in the overworld, but right now they're a little bit time consuming. Heck, even if I don't find a bow initially in Forest Temple, I might just pull off boss key skip just to throw in a glitch or two. Since I haven't done that in a while. Now I need to like reteach myself. Okay, let's see what we got in here. Oh, I'm already missing faster climb speed from the PC port. Alright, so we don't need that. Yeah, we can keep bombs out. That fast climb speed is another level. Yeah, especially the 12th level of climb speed, where you're literally just zooming up the wall like you're Spider-Man. It's great. Also, my music's gone. That's unfortunate. We know Fire Temple's dead too, so we won't find anything in there. I don't know why I threw a nut there. Knew it. Ow! Gotcha. So normally Forest Temple has 5 small keys in it. So this setting effectively gives Forest Temple 5 more checks to do. But I actually have to do it the normal way. Since I don't have a bow, I have to play Song of Time. Alright, so let's take you out and just climb up. Alright. Are you gonna be a big chest? Nope, you're not a big chest. That's unfortunate. What about down here? Is this chest big? It is big. Alright. Maybe you're my bow. And then I don't even have to worry about anything else in this scene. No, it's Din's fire. Hello? Okay. Is it actually want? No, it couldn't be want me to do Shadow Temple. But that does give us an extra check in the graveyard we can do. Thankfully, there is a... There's our bow. Okay, now we're in go mode. So guess what? We can finish Forest Temple now. You know what? Just for kicks and giggles, let's try out the boss key skip, because I haven't done it in a while. Now, if I remember correctly, you have to get yourself into this corner. And then you have to aim for the seam like this. Maybe more this angle? I almost had it. Okay. Let's try it again. Alright. Maybe a bit more to the right, like this. Okay. Oh! I clipped back in, unfortunately. Alright, let's try it again. I think I almost had it. The idea is that you're supposed to, like, clip in through the corner. That angle is almost right. Wait, that wasn't it. I don't know why it's making me roll like that. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Alright, I'm gonna give it one more try, and then if it doesn't work, I'll just do it the normal way. What's throwing me off there? Ah, so close. Okay. Feel good about how I did my routing now, just poor execution. Oh, did you do the same exact dungeons? I might have to go back and, and learn that glitch. Cause that's a pretty fun boss key skip to do, and it saves a bunch of time in Forest Temple. Not just same dungeons, but exactly same checks. Oh, damn. Yeah, we'll do it this way. Yeah, that boss key skip is... It's meant to be fairly simple to learn. It's also quite a big time saver. Only thing I didn't do was bottom of the well. Yeah, I just thought bottom of the well might have something important. But seeing as we found Saria Song in the grave, I probably should have came here first. That's okay though. Because regardless, even if I hadn't have found Bow in Forest Temple and I ended up pulling off Boss Key Skip, I would have still needed the a bow to beat Ganon. Oh, you know what? Let's save some time real quick. Throw this here. Oh, you know what? We could have thrown Pharaoh's Wind in Spirit Temple too, now that I realize it. Because I started with Pharaoh's Wind and I just never used it. Oops. Only real difference in route was I didn't know Mito Skip, so I had to get Saria Song first. Gotcha. Ooh, I did it. Nice. Alright, so all I really need to do now is just kill these bows. So let's go ahead and get Nuts back out. Chest-wise, we really don't need anything else. Well, that wasn't meant to get that chest, that was meant to roll. My messages were sent into the channel just now on my end. That's weird, because I haven't seen any messages other than Matryoshka's. Then again, Discord is a bit messed up too. They don't show up on PC, but it does on mobile. Oh, big chest. Maybe it's bigger in Sword. No, it's a Goron tunic that I already have. Had to fully restart Discord? Oh. Robbed. Might need to do that with mine as well. That's why I asked you yesterday if you could kill Ganon without Biggoron or Hammer. Oh. Oh, this is the exact spot you're in? Yeah, it's possible, just, it won't be as fast. Alright, let's see. What else do we got here? Another big chest. Forest is loaded. Finish up Forest and I was like, oh shit. Can't even kill him despite having the stuff to get to him. Yeah, he's killable, it's just more tedious. The only time you absolutely need light arrows is the Ganondorf fight itself. The Ganon fight, you just kill him with whatever. So with this, I can go back to Spirits, finish that up, lament the fact that I didn't set Pharaoh's Wind there. That'll be fine though. And then, once this seed's finished, I'll set up that Season 5, or not Season 5, but the Season 3 League seed. And I'm kind of curious about those settings. Yeah, it looks like whenever I was making the league setting, or the league scene, the dev branch that's on the online generator already has a few new options out, like bonk, or not bonk KO, but like adjustable damage for bonking, blue fire arrows, a couple other things too. Yeah, that doesn't look like a big chest. So we're gonna skip it. So I think at this pace, we'll probably beat the seed at about like 135 or something like that. That sounds about right. Because it'll take me a few minutes to get back up to fight Twin Rova. It'll take me a few minutes more to get up Ganon's tower. Oh, where's he at? Knew this was gonna be a fast scene. Yeah, this is about the average time for a Bunny Hood seed for me. That missed. Hello. Alright, I don't want to hit him a second time. There we go. So I missed that jump slash the second time I knocked him down. If I had hit him with 2 crouch stabs, it would have left him at 1 HP. And that's whenever he starts throwing out that really janky rainbow spin attack. And he also decides to do like full-on volleys with you that waste a lot of time. Alright, time to go back to Spirit. Note to self, I gotta remember that Pharaoh's Wind is in this setting. So I should probably use it. Alright, let's get back in there. Shouldn't take me too long to get back up. Just so long as I don't get sucked by the like. Oh yeah, we got long shot. So it'll make the climb a lot faster. Alright. We don't even have to worry about these boys, because we can just go in here. I do, however, need to get bombs out. Wait, is that gonna blow it up? Yep, it did. Ooh, nice. Oh, but we didn't get the true homie hookup. There we go. Let's see if we get one here. No, he missed. It's okay, one's good enough. Yeah, it shouldn't take me much more than like 3 or 4 minutes to fight Twin Rova. Not unless I bonk all these doors. Why did I do that? That caught me? Okay. Yeah, let's grab these hearts real quick. That was a bit sloppy from me. Alright. What is Twin Rova gonna do? Alright, I kinda got bullied there. Not this time, though. This fight went awful. It can get out of hand real fast. That one thing got the thing where you were talking about earlier with doing more than 4 beams. Yeah. It gets incredibly out of hand. And sometimes there's nothing you can do about it. That shouldn't have happened. I went to shield and the hook shot just kept going. Not the best first phase. All right. Ow. Did not say for work part. Want to set up something like this for Majora's Mask Rando if people would be interested in getting into it? Yo, that'd be a fantastic idea. I think you could get some traction with that. Yo, we going to Coconut Mall? Did Twin Rover get Coconut Mauled? Alright. Yeah, I'm sure you could tweak around the Majora's Mask Rando settings to make something similar to this. Alright, time to go bop Ganon. And then we'll start that other seed up. Oh yeah, I had a light arrow cutscene. But that's also junk in this. Yeah, so to go over the checks that I've made junk in this seed setting. As I said earlier, both the Nocturne of Shadow and the Song of Time, or the Ocarina check, both of those are dead. Both the Deku Theater mask checks are dead. Light Arrow cutscene, which is the reward you get after getting the Shadow and Spirit Medallion, that is also made junk. 30, 40, and 50 skulls are also junk. Frogs 2, which is the reward you get after playing all the child songs to the frogs and then playing their little ocarina minigame. 1,500 points in horseback archery. Any check that it requires strength 3, so like Light Trial and the Fairy Fountain outside Ganon's Castle, that's all dead. On Child's side, you got the Boomerang chest in Jobby Jobby's belly, just to avoid the issue where every once in a while you'll get a seed where the seed just expects you to check Jabu for some major item on the Boomerang chest, and no one ever does it. Oh, what? How dare you? Let's see, what else? Fire Temple. Everything past the first floor of the Boulder Maze is also junk, so you don't have to worry about going all the way up the top of Fire Temple. And that's mainly done because Fire Temple has so many small keys in it that whenever I turned on Keezy for it, it added a ton of checks to Fire Temple. Spirit Temple, both the map chest and the sunblock chest are taken out, and the reason behind that is on the adult side, you need magic in order to do those checks. And then as Child, those are the last 2 checks that you do on the Child Spirit side, besides the Silver Gauntlets chest. Which the Silver Gauntlets chest, you can check and see if it's going to be junk or not just by looking up at the entrance from Spirit Temple. Let's see what else. In Gerudo Training Grounds, the center maze, that is all made junk, along with like the freestanding key and the hidden room that's attached to it. And then I also made a submerged silver coins junk as well. So Frogs 1 check is the check where you play Song of Storms to the frogs. And in vanilla they give you a vanilla heart, or they give you a heart piece. But Frogs 2, not only do you have to have Song of Storms for Frogs 1, but then you have to play all the other child songs to it, and then play this ridiculous Ocarina memory game. And then they finally give you the reward. It's a check that's locked behind having a lot of songs, and it can be hard to route in. Oh no, I didn't get the one cycle. Better get this. Oh, I didn't. Okay, I should have enough magic for another shot of light arrows. Except I wasn't ready for that one. Just enough magic. You know what the downside to only having one electric skillet? Can't cook as fast. Cooking takes twice as long, so to pass the time you have to stack on what you cook first, only to completely run out of having to cook more of the same item. I feel that pain with bacon. I absolutely feel that pain. I do it anytime I cook bacon or spam or sausage. Like, ooh, what's this? Might record some beginner routes for Majora's Mask Rando because routing is one of the big things I hear people talk about with getting into it. That's not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, I need to get me a second skillet for just those occasions. I have the same problem with eating what I'm cooking before I'm finished. You kind of have to wait a little bit to use the nut. At least until after Ganon is finished swinging. Otherwise, if you throw the nut too early, he still has like invincibility frames from the last time you hit him. But yeah, that's an easy way to do it without Majora's Sword or Mega's Hammer. Always measure, okay, recipe needs 6 slices of bacon. You end up cooking 12 because you eat the other 6. I'm gonna cook the entire 12 pack. Random brainstorm. I'd have to playtest the routes first because you only know the all sandy routes. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I imagine there would be some difference between like where you would check first in all sandy as opposed to a normal, like a beginner friendly scene. Has anybody made a No Nut November rando scene? Not that I'm aware of, but that sounds like a good idea. A No Nut November scene where you're barred from using Deku Nuts. I just realized, with a No Nut November scene, Deku would actually become one of the more absurd places to do. Because you would have to have a slingshot stun Goma.